This is the YouTube edition of my book, A Course in Miracles Workbook Nuggets, which is a study aid for the course's workbook for students. I'll begin by reading my book's commentary on today's lesson over a visual of the book's text. I'll then return with some further thoughts on the lesson, which are only included in this YouTube edition of my book. Today's lesson is part of a 10-lesson group that runs from lesson 271 through lesson 280, each of which relates to the Christ as understood in the Course. I'll be repeating this same introduction for each of lessons 271 through 280. So you can skip past this introduction in the future if you like. Timestamps taking you directly to today's Workbook Nuggets commentary and to my further comments are provided in the description below. In the section entitled, What is the Christ?, which precedes these 10 lessons, we are told that Christ, quotes, is the capital S self we share, uniting us with one another and with God as well, end quote. And we are told that, quote, this is the only part of you that has reality in truth. The rest is dreams. Yet will these dreams be given unto Christ, to fade before his glory and reveal your holy self, the Christ, to you at last, end quote. Today's lesson from my book and my further thoughts, which are only contained in this YouTube edition of the book, follow. A link to the book on Amazon.com is provided below. Lesson number 276, October 3rd. The Word of God is given me to speak. This lesson always recalls to my mind the passage from the first chapter of the Gospel of John, which states that the Word became flesh. The lesson also comforts me in that I often find myself resisting statements in the Course which maintain that I am somehow part of the divinity itself. Such statements feel blasphemous, but this lesson makes clear that there is a vast difference between God and his creation. He is God. We are the creation. We, as the one self, are as pure and holy as God, but we are not our own creation. To think so is to forget who we are. It is to become an ego which thinks that it is separate and has created and continues to create itself. The title of today's lesson is The Word of God is Given Me to Speak. In the Course, the Word of God is not an ordinary word which can be spoken. It is an eternal thought of God. Specifically, it is the thought that we are the sinless extension of God himself, his creation and children. It was by this thought of extension, the Word, that we were created. And it is this act of creation, the eternal Word, which establishes our true reality as spirit. As the sinless extension of God, his child, we too can extend creation. And our creations, like our fathers, are not things. They are extensions of his love. This is the word given you to speak. Extend the love, be a pure conduit, and extend the love. That is why we are here. That is how we achieve salvation. And that is how we extend salvation to the world as well.